I was just so locked into like, I am ready to commit acts of violence on a man on March 29th.
Before we get started, I want to give a little bit of a clearer outline of this profile. The main purpose of this profile is to show the ins and outs of the discourse community that surrounds MMA. And while this is kind of a tricky discourse community because, you know, I'm not a fighter, obviously, it is a discourse community that a lot of people are a part of, including pretty much anyone you've heard say, oh, did you watch the fight last night? With that being said, the main purpose of this is to demonstrate the main functions of the MMA discourse community and prove that it's a lot more than just fighting.
One more. Okay. Marker.
Dontavius Woods.
My name is Caleb Henning.
My name is Peyton Mathern.
I'm from Orange, Texas originally. Came out here to Albuquerque like a year ago, but came to New Mexico about 2.5 years ago to work.
Originally I'm from Missouri, but I moved here to Albuquerque from Hobbs, New Mexico, Lee County, yeah.
I'm actually originally from Holmville, Louisiana, so I'm not from the Albuquerque area, but I moved here about 4 years ago.
My weight class and record, I'm 2-0 in kickboxing, and my weight class is 140 to 145.
My weight class would be open heavyweight. I will fight anybody, heavyweight, doesn't matter to me. And then my record is 0-0-0, but if you want to go into sparring and just consider that my record, just nothing but losses.
My weight class is bantamweight 135, and I have a record of 1-1.
My friend Mike, he actually knows John, and to be honest with you, I didn't believe that he knew all these UFC fighters and stuff like that, so I was like kind of fact checking them and stuff, and then we went to an actual bare knuckle fight, and I met Diego Sanchez by him and stuff, and he told me to go up to him. He's like, I know this guy. I was like, Mike, all right, chill, the joke's over and stuff. Dude went up to Diego Sanchez and was like, hey, this is my friend, and from that, like, I was like, oh, bro, like, this is lit, like, this whole aura, everything about it.
So I used to run a security company, and we used to rock over there at the Salt Yard, FX, all over the place, and I hired my younger sibling to work with me as well. One of the days that I wasn't there, she ended up getting beat up pretty hard by a guy. Part of the job, she should have just done a little bit better, but as her brother, I was a little heated about it, right? So I signed her up for these classes with John Dotson, this fighter guy that I know. She was too scared to go to these classes, so I signed up to go with her, and the rest is history. I've just been doing it ever since.
I just always have kind of like seen UFC on the TV. My dad used to play it. He had the game as well, and so I knew like who Chuck Liddell was. I knew Rampage Jackson, Anderson Silva, and then as I joined the wrestling team, I of course like got into MMA even more, and I had my favorite fighters like Daniel Cormier and Dustin Poirier because they were both from Louisiana, so I really like identify with them, you know.
My favorite strike to throw is the spinning back kick, but I never throw it in sparring or anything like that because I can't control the power of it yet.
My favorite strike to throw, probably a cross high kick. That's probably my favorite. You know, I can't just throw a high kick out there. You got to set it up. You can't throw no naked kicks, but that'll probably be my favorite for sure.
Before the fight, I'm just gonna have to accept the fact that pain is going to need to be done. I don't like hurting people. That's not what I like doing. I pull all my punches in here. I tend to get fucked up for it a little bit, but just how it is. When I'm over there, at the end of the day, there's gonna be one guy on the ground. It's a heavyweight match. Heavyweight fights, they're knockout fights. That's what they are. One of us is gonna be on the floor, having everybody crowd around him, and that's going to be what's on YouTube. It's not going to be me.
Shape. Like, I'm not going to be in that mindset of like, oh, the fight's over, I can chill now. Like, the fight hasn't happened. So like in my mind, I'm still preparing for the next opportunity. So 155 is really what I try to stay around so that I'm never too far away from where I want to fight at.
Honestly, sometimes anger, sometimes, you know, happiness, sometimes depression, sometimes you know, simple things that you wouldn't think would motivate you, or simple things that you would think would shut you down. Those are the biggest motivations in your life.
Miserable.
Horrible.
But I kind of enjoy the suffering a little bit. It's really just being cognizant, eating the right stuff.
It's not for the weak.
Want to be about like 7 to 8 pounds away from your actual competition weight. We'd actually put like this gel on called Sweet Sweat, and after that you like sit in the sauna for like 20 minutes, get out. John wraps us in like blankets and towels and gis and whatever we can find that's insulated. Sit there for 20 minutes, then get back in the sauna. But it's kind of like that all day, hot baths. So it can be miserable for sure.
I would stay my fight weight, bro, as much as I can. Right before the fight, I say get into a zone to where it's only you there. It doesn't matter if you're in a room full of people. Get into the corner, look into that, and just focus. Because you think of everybody else, you think about their expectations, you will go out there and you'll try to meet that. And that's not what fighting is about.
So now that we've talked to some of these fighters, the one thing we're missing from our community profile is the goal. What's the common goal? When I showed this movie to someone originally, they said, why didn't you focus more on those guys wanting to commit violence, you know? And it's because they just want to fight, most of them. But the purpose and goal of the community has and always been, and will be, test what people have wondered forever, which is what happens when someone who knows karate fights someone who knows jiu-jitsu, knows Muay Thai fights someone who knows Brazilian jiu-jitsu. That's the whole